Hi everyone and welcome to my video. Today I'm going to tell you about how to land your dream job, the steps you should take, and where to apply, how to prepare your resume, cover letter, and the whole shebang. First thing you have to think about is, what kind of job do I want? It's simple as that. I mean, of course you have to think about your background, what's your experience, your education. For example, I'm a mechanical engineer and I worked with engineering for a while. And then after a few years I realized that I kind of like things where I can interact more with people. So I was for a while teaching and then I got into sales. Think of in what direction do you want your career to be taking and what position do you want. So once you decide what kind of position you want, you start preparing your resume, or CV as you can say as well. Your resume is a document telling the employer who you are, what you've done, what you studied, what's your skills. Usually at the top of the resume you have your name, your address, phone number, email address, or any important information. Like for example, you can say that you're a citizen of some country because some countries ask for these kind of things. So you can mention that on the top. And then you write your objective. Your objective is, what are you looking for? Like me, I write sales engineer position, in which I can use my technical background together with my sales skills to add growth to the company. So they know what you're looking for. After that, you can write either your skills, which you want to highlight, or your job experience. Like for me, I have my job experience and have the skills all the way in the end. Some people want to highlight certain skills. Maybe if you do certain programming or certain software that you want the employer to see, mention them in the beginning. Then you write down your experiences. When I write job experience, I first write the name of the company and then the city and country the company is in, and the date I worked, like month and year, start and end date. Include the jobs most relevant to the position you're looking for. For example, as a sales engineer, I can write, was part of the entire sales cycle from lead to technical expertise to meeting with the client and creating an offer and order. One tip from me is make it as easy and as straight to the point as possible, because this way the employer is not gonna feel like, oh my god, here's so much to read. Give them the most important points and try in like one sentence or two write as much as possible when it comes to certain things. I usually keep it to say 6, 7, 8 bullet points for every job position. Try to write the results that you got in earlier jobs, like helped create a project in which we achieved XYZ, or being a business developer, I was able to increase sales with 15% and added new long-term clients to the portfolio. That shows them results because the employer want to see that you can create results. The small tip I can tell you is, for every job posting, make sure you tailor your resume towards that job posting. So try to highlight the keywords in the job posting, because sometimes those keywords are taken up by softwares that employers use. So you want to tailor your job as close as possible to what they're looking for. But of course you have had those experiences, but you just write it in a way where they're looking for a certain keyword or certain phrase, which could be very much to your advantage basically. So once you're done with your resume, you can start doing your cover letter. Your cover letter is basically telling the employer why they should hire you. It's a letter from you to the employer telling them, hey, the reason you should hire me is because I have this and this experience in which I did this and that's gonna make me great for this role. It's basically selling yourself why they should choose you. So basically cover letter is one page. On top of the cover letter, write again your name, address, phone number. Usually a cover letter starts with, dear employer, I'm very interested in the role as a sales engineer with company XYZ, and then you tell them about your experience. And then you should show them how passionate and how motivated you are to take on such a role, and how you would add to the company, to the team, and how you're gonna excel in this position. You try to show all this through the cover letter. Now, a lot of jobs require cover letters, but nowadays if you're applying with LinkedIn Easy Apply, or sometimes even on Indeed, you don't really need a cover letter, but many times they're gonna ask you. So I advise you to have a cover letter and then kind of tailor it to every job posting as well. Now finally we get to the application and sending the application. I apply on LinkedIn or Indeed or company websites. Okay, the reason is because this was been working for the last 10 years. I used to use Indeed since I was a student looking for internships, and even the last 5, 6, 7 years always Indeed. Lately I've been applying through LinkedIn. LinkedIn is really good. You have this way where you can look for jobs in different cities and it gives you a lot of different options. So I would advise you also to update your LinkedIn page with the most current job and your educational history, so that when the employer sees your application, they're gonna go to your LinkedIn and they're gonna see, oh, they've been active, and I can see whatever's in their resume is on LinkedIn. So that's a really good thing. Indeed, you don't really need a profile. You just go ahead and apply. Make sure that you proofread your resume and cover letter. I cannot emphasize this enough. An employer can see you have a mistake, like a small typo, and they will disregard your application because they want to see that you give them the best result. So make sure you proofread your resume and cover letter once or twice or even 3 times. Another thing I do is for my objective on my resume, I usually change the title. For example, instead of sales engineer, I'm technical sales. Then I'm gonna write technical sales position. So according to every position, you write the title accordingly. And also I always save the PDF of that resume in a folder and I write which company it is. So whenever they call me back, I can pull up that resume that is for that job position, because maybe I changed some wordings, I changed a little bit of the keywords that they wanted in the job posting. So make sure you can track it back and look at it when you have the interview. And lastly, I'm gonna say is apply, apply, apply. Don't apply for 1 or 2 jobs and call it a day. Obviously, the more times you try, the more response you're gonna have. If you, for example, apply for 100 jobs, maybe you get 10%, 10 jobs call you back. If you apply for 220 jobs are calling you back. So make sure you put out as many applications as possible. I know sometimes it can be tedious, especially you go into different websites and you have to write your name, email, all that again and again, but it's so worth it because you're looking for something that you're gonna spend every day doing. So you want to make sure you look for something that you really like. You should have some patience. Every job has a blessing with it because you're gonna learn from it. You're gonna grow. That's gonna bring you closer and closer to the professional you want to become. I hope with this video I could help you a little bit knowing what to do when to apply for jobs, and I'm gonna end this video with saying that you deserve the best. Always keep trying, never quit. Apply, apply, apply. I really hope you get the job that you're dreaming of.